This the suburban anthem. This the suburban anthem. This the suburban anthem. This the suburban anthem. Rubber burn and mash, rubber burn and mash. Club and swerve and dance, club and swerve and dance. The herbs we pack, the herbs we pack. Dubs burn and ash, dubs burn and ash. Us nerds be macking, us nerds be macking. The words we rap, the words we rapping. To learn the answer, to learn the answer. Suburban anthem, suburban anthem. There's a want in us to be potting us. There's a part of us that be dogging us. As good and evil has fought in us. Like two boxers knocking us. It should reveal that they've taught in us much stuff that we just got to bust. Not from the ghetto, I am not a thug. I'm here to let you know the birds got love. We're not thoughtless, we got knowledge. Cause hip hop bust and has brought us to see we got much in common. We're all partners under the dominant elite class that's on top of us, laying laws on us that be stopping us from being partners and finding God in us. So now I grind and got a bust. I'm trying to rap, just I don't cap much, cause I've had enough of the bad blood amongst fam. Cause I won't rock platinum, cause that's capital lust. I strive to stack funds to attack them and give back some to my partners living in poverty. There's a lot, son, my thought process so surely conscious, lyrical lobbyists for my partners. We got to bust cause we partners. They can't stop the buzz cause we partners. In hip hop we trust cause we partners. They wanting us to be dogging us, but our noggins up cause we partners. For fat swamping us, yo, we got love. They taunting us, hate's haunting us, but we dauntless cause we partners. Rubber burn and mash, rubber burn and mash. Club and swerve and dance, club and swerve and dance. The herbs we pack, the herbs we pack. Dubs burn and ash, dubs burn and ash. Us nerds be macking, us nerds be macking. The words we rapping, the words we rapping. To learn the answers, to learn the answers. Suburban anthem, suburban anthem. See, all of us are sociologists. Raise our consciousness. We must acknowledge the little spot in us, just like a watt in us, igniting us like a spark. Plug in an engine, we all connect. Said potential friends, son, but then the fiends come and wanna bend some of the rules, and then some with bad intentions to serve their ends and fun. See, they plotting us, brainwashing us, readily rotting us, clickety clogging us, riggedy robbing us, tying knots in us, and stopping us from being partners. With propaganda, got rid of ganja and word of lava. You got some on, yeah, I got some barbara. They know marijuana's not a demand drug, but they beyond the nuts of big business, cause that's who got the books, like Enron and Bush and DuPont and Hearst. Marijuana was begot from our great god mama, glorious God, yeah, mother nature. Brother, don't hate her, don't let them rape her to stack more paper. Don't let them slaughter us, become our partners. They done wronged us, now sing the song with us. We got to bust cause we partners. They can't stop the buzz cause we partners. In hip hop we trust cause we partners. They wanting us to be dogging us, but our noggins up cause we partners. For fat swamping us, yo, we got love. They taunting us, hate's haunting us, but we dauntless cause we partners. Rubber burn and mash, rubber burn and mash. Club and swerve and dance, and club and swerve and dance. The herbs we pack, and the herbs we pack. Dubs burn and ash, and dubs burn and ash. Us nerds be macking, us nerds be macking. The words we rapping, the words we rapping. To learn the answers, to learn the answers. Suburban anthem, suburban anthem. Rubber burn and mash, rubber burn and mash. Club and swerve and dance, club and swerve and dance. The herbs we pack, and the herbs we pack. The dubs burn and ash, the dubs burn and ash. Us nerds be macking, us nerds be macking. The words we rapping, the words we rapping. To learn the answers, to learn the answers. Suburban anthem, suburban anthem. God, Jesus, Allah, and plus Mohammed, Buddha, and yes, Nirvana have got much in common, cause they wanting us to be partners and prosperous, but some part in us is making dollars worth, so I holler words to clog the blood from our heart to one become partners.
What's up to all my partners out there, the people of the NUS, episode 4, believing in relieving, revealing the healing. I got to get my lyrics down like I had back in the day as Roeland rapping the suburban anthem. the partners. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of healing. Now, I don't know about many of y'all out there. Well, I actually do know many of y'all have the same experience as myself, and you were raised in some form or fashion in a Christian household. And I remember being under the comprehension that Jesus, the story of Jesus, was to be meant as an example, and that the power in the story, truly for me, the meaning that I came to was that was that holy giant fly was that you could do the same thing that he had done. And what was Jesus really doing but walking around being a healer? And so I always had the sense in my mind that I could do it too, that we all are healers. Everybody is capable of doing this. We all have um, powers that we have yet to unlock or that have been uh, taken away from us through a corrupted education system, media constantly bombarding our minds. And so we all have this potential to be the superior man who has enough will and enough uh, mental willpower and emotional uh, emotional uh, belief, really, uh, that you could raise yourself to a level where you could then physically heal others. Because, as we know from the Hermetic principles, the principle of mentalism. Mentalism is the first principle, meaning that the universe is of the mind, which means it's invisible, it is etheric, it is something you can't necessarily see, although there are ways of seeing it. We'll get into that. But you have to believe. And you have to believe that if whatever it is you're doing, if you're healing yourself and you've hurt your leg or something and you're putting your hand on your leg and you're directing energy at that spot of your body, that you have to have a powerful sense and ability to believe. Now, that belief requires some effort. Uh, I mean, there's like a fine line. It's again a middle way, a back and forth where you actually do believe it, but you also are kind of making yourself believe it. And uh, the belief requires inspiration, imagination, you know, imagining that you can heal somebody, imagining that you are having an effect energetically on a person's body, either to remove a disease or to help the person to even have the belief themselves that they can heal. um, but the stronger you can raise your frequency to that level where you are actually saying, I am a healer, I am healing, and you believe it. And that's why it's called make believe. Sometimes you have to make yourself believe in a thing. Other times it's easier to believe something because maybe it's something you've seen and you've observed and you feel like you know it because you've seen it. But when it's not something that you can see, when it's something that is invisible, like the spirit or the mind, then that does require a belief, obviously, that you have to believe that this is real and that it works. And it doesn't mean you go to that rational mind where you sit there and you have to see it and prove it. Like, that's the wrong way of looking at it. That's not really belief at that point. That is, now you're getting into science and testing and you're doubting. and you're thinking with that left brain. It's a balance between both, obviously, as with everything, the middle way. But I really want to inspire people to know that they have the ability to relieve illness and pain, and you can see it within yourself even. And it doesn't mean it doesn't require some effort, but as the first principle says, the universe is mental. So initially you have to get there mentally, meditating, focusing on something. When you meditate, it's at first, you most people don't see anything. You just see black. But as you go on meditating, you start to realize that you do see things, and you're seeing with your first eye or your third eye, your pineal gland. You're not seeing with your physical eyes anymore. You're now in that realm where anything is possible. You've raised your mental and spiritual up from this realm, and you are up in the higher realms, literally connecting with the NUS or the NUS or the spirit or the Godhead, whatever you want to call it. This is where we really have the ability to make change in the world. And going further than the idea of just healing yourself from an ailment or healing others from an ailment, that we need to raise ourselves up into that level, into that field of cause where you make things happen. But it has to start in the mental. So we have to be meditating, and specifically meditating on raising yourself up. And this is a great part about Taoism, which I think is true of the NUS, but obviously I've placed a name on the NUS, my concept of the NUS. But, um, you know, it has no name. You can't name it. So as soon as you name it, it's not that thing, right? It's that invisible, uh, impersonal thing that's running through, but that operates based on how we connect with it and how we direct it. So that's why these people work so hard to hide this knowledge from us, that we actually can master ourselves on a not only a physical level. The physical comes last. You need to do it on a mental level first and a spiritual level first, and then manifest it into the physical, where we tend to operate backwards out of that. So I wanted to talk about that today, and how that plays in to my concept of the NUS, the Holy Spirit, the what did uh what did this guy call it? Ether, God and the devil, Wilhelm Reich, the orgone, right? The orgone. Now he did kind of apply a scientific approach to it. He built some sort of Faraday cage type contraption and would put people in it, and it was made with parts of nature and then metals, but it was basically a Faraday cage, and you'd go sit inside of it, be pitch black, and all of a sudden you'd start seeing people reported start seeing this blue light, that he believed was the orgone, and that you're more able to see it when you're sitting in the complete dark like that. But whatever you want to call it, there's there's different levels, different, people call them dimensions now, but they've always been known as the spiritual hierarchies or the spiritual realms. And the outer one being the nous, the realm of all things possible, that being the one that we can directly tap into. But you have to raise yourself to that point, to that frequency, And then, the more you do that, the more you use your will and your discipline to meditate more and more, and you raise yourself into that level, the more you're able to project the world that you want to see. And, I guess I've gotten to a point, if you t- haven't been able to tell, where I don't want to focus so much on the conspiracy anymore, that focusing on the conspiracy is part of the conspiracy. The whole plan is to take our life force, right? Some people have termed this the loosh, the noose versus the loosh, right? The noose being that source that we can pull from to co-create the reality that we want to see. The loosh being the opposite of that, where we've been manipulated, but it's our fault. I don't want to make it sound like it's not our responsibility. It is our responsibility. But we've got caught up in all of these false gods and not the true source, the true natural universal spirit that we all operate under, no matter what level you fall in, no matter what God you think you are. But where we're at, we're just focused on so many negative things in our mind. We're being bombarded with it, even in the conspiracy movement. That may be the worst one ultimately, which is so strange, right? The what's the saying? The closest, or the worst lie is the one closest to the truth, right? So, but we need to become aware of that, and we need to detach from that and get back to focusing actually on self-development. People talk about that, but maybe we don't talk about it enough. It's really about meditating, breathing, raising your frequency, your spiritual level up, your consciousness, raise it up and get to that highest level. And then when you're there, can you go higher? Can the newly unified sphere is constantly newly unifying. So just when you get to the boundary and you're like, this is where creation starts, well, what's here? Right? I mean, does that ever end? It's a mandala. All right. I wanted to do some things real quick. I'm going to keep this pretty short today, which I usually try to do. I'm going to show this video I did. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. All right. So let me see how I can make this look a little bit. I'll just play it like this.
The NUS. God doesn't choose you. You choose God. The NUS. God doesn't choose you. You choose God.
Okay, so someone made a comment on this post a few days ago. Free Light Express. So I'm going to answer it here, and maybe I'll type in an answer too. Trying to see the whole thing. How come I can't? How come I can't scroll over here? Okay. Anyway, let's see.
Good morning, everybody.
Oops.
I am
The NUS. God doesn't choose you. You choose God.
Okay, this person, Free Light Express, said, in a non-dual perspective of unity consciousness, both are true. So it's a both and dynamic, not a either or situation. Thoughts. So in a non-dual perspective, right? Uh, both are true, meaning both are true that I choose, you choose God and God chooses you. So it's a both and dynamic, not an either or situation. Thoughts? Okay. Well, this is where we get into the paradox, right? So, yes, it is both on the at the unity level. God is choosing all of us. God does want us all to choose God to get back to that level of knowing that we are God and God is us. The NUS is us. So I agree. However, if you do look at the Hermetic principles, it says, as above, so below, as within, so without. So, in that order of importance, as above, the source is above, and we we have emanated, I'd say, downward from that, from our perspective. That's what it appears. We look up to heaven, and we wonder what we're doing down here, right, on this plane, this earth plane. And so we operate in the material and the spiritual. We have the ability to do both. So it's not an either or situation, no. But it does take a choice, as within, so without. It's from within that we make the decision to align with that source, with the NUS. We align with it, and then we create what's without. So I would agree with you. It does go both ways. And even in my explanation, I'm finding more thoughts about as above, so below. So we are affected by what's going on above down here. But then from down here, our strength is from within, so without, as within, so without. So where we're standing, we are under as above, so below. That's coming down to us. But from where we can act, we have to go within to then project without. So that's my answer to you, Free Light Express. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate that. And I'm going to share one more comment because I decided to live stream every Saturday, and I have about 103 followers on the People of the NUS YouTube page, or it's actually called the NUS, I think, on YouTube. I think it's at the NUS. If you guys wanted to join me over there, obviously I still, me and Will and I both still, um, we both still post to Natural Freedom League, so that's good. So those folks over there can take a gander at what Will's doing and what I'm doing. So we're keeping it real. Okay, let me see here. Where's a comment? All right, I'm going to add this to the screen so you can see it. Where's the comment? Transcript. No, we don't want to see the transcript. We want to see a comment. Okay, comments. No, there was a comment. I swear. Where's a comment? Hold on. Let me see. I got to expand this. I was going to show a comment on this video. Okay, I'll read it to you off my phone because I don't know why I can't see it right here. But the comment was basically, I'm not going to read the comment because I can't find it. Somebody said that they appreciated seeing me live stream, so I thought that was cool. But then they told me to check out a page called The Blue. The Blue. I don't know. I doubt. There's probably a tons of pages called The Blue, and check out a movie called The Ether. So let's see. The Blue. Oh, Ether. Okay, it's a documentary. All right. So there you go. We're going to check out The Blue and the movie called The Ether, August 19th. Ether, the water which connects everything. Ether is the material supposed to fill the region of the universe above the terrestrial sphere. In mythology, it was thought to be the pure essence that the gods breathed, filling the space where they live. Analogous. Okay, so we're talking about that NUS, that natural universal spirit. It's getting heavy. All right, well, I'm going to encourage. Oh, I can't even think of the word. I'm going to encourage everybody to check out that movie. Maybe if I watch it, we can talk about that next week. That does look pretty interesting. So anyway, oh, there's a comment up here. Who's in the comments? Benjamin Balderson. Yeah, just the NUS. The NUS and us, Ben. The NUS and us. Talking about the ability to heal yourself. When I was a young Christian, I always thought that the story of Jesus was telling me that we could all heal. We are all healers. This was the potential we could reach. But in that attempt to heal, it takes a lot of belief and faith and making believe so much that you know that you are a healer. I am a healer. I am healing. And this is, a big part of the medical industry, as many of us know, the placebo effect. But it's a real thing. And I do believe it's connected to this energy that runs through all of us, this breath, this inspiration that then we can direct physically. But it all starts in the mental. You have to raise yourself up to tap into that level of consciousness to where you're vibrating at a higher frequency more of the time. So anyway, also check out Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes with my good friend Benjamin Balderson. I'm bobbling over my words today, but Benjamin Balderson, I was lucky enough to be invited by Benjamin with Alan Marcus, alanmarcus.com, and to create a new project, Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes. And I was just getting ready to start doing this weekly live stream, and Ben hit me up, and the Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes go hand in hand. It goes hand in hand with what I'm doing here, which is basically ideas need to be challenged. I feel like I come from a community that has held fast and hard to a belief about how the world works, but they don't really challenge those ideas. And I think we can do it in a appropriate way, in a respectful way. It might get a little bit heated, but that's okay. It's a good way to use this tool of the internet to kind of break down ideas. This week on Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes on YouTube, go to Tuesday nights. We're going to live stream at 7 every Tuesday. This week, we're going to be talking about the topic of religion. So you can check out a title and a thumbnail coming soon to premiere for that for Tuesday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. AlanMarcus.com. Check that out. Every Thursday after the episode, should be uploading the audio podcast. So check it out. I'm learning a lot working with Benjamin. So I appreciate you, Benjamin, for including me in that. Also, everyone knows, check out Weaving Spiders Welcome, Saturday nights, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, folks. I am going to get out of here, keeping this one short and sweet, a little bit meat-headed, a little groggy. A little groggy. The sleep gummies did not put me to sleep last night. Let's just say that. All right. false branding, I'd say. But I guess it depends, right? Depends on your makeup, your mental state, what you're doing. There's a lot of factors that go into that. So thank you, Benjamin. And I hope you guys aren't too hot up there. It's pretty hot here today. Gonna end this stream. I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, the NUS is us. And keep on keeping on, people. Raise that frequency. Do a little daily meditation, 5 minutes a day. Raise your frequency. Get into a practice of it. It really helps. The universe is mental. Start in your mind. Peace.